Imagine being able to gain 4 to 8 inches on your vertical jump or shaving 0.2 of a second off your 40 time in just a few months. Well, thanks to Yuri Verkhoshansky, this is quite possible for all athletes and people. If we research and apply the discovery of Verkhoshansky, I believe all athletes can benefit greatly from these teachings. After deciding upon this topic, I have researched many sources on Verkhoshansky and his training methods. For example, Quickness and Velocity in Sports Movements by Yuri Verkhoshansky, What is Plyometric Training? Definition and Exercise by 18Fit, and many other articles on Verkhoshansky and his training methods. Throughout Verkhoshansky's life, his devotion and passion for athletic training led him to many groundbreaking discoveries in his field. In this presentation, I plan to cover Yuri Verkhoshansky's life and his training methods in athletic training that led to the discovery of the greatest method called plyometrics. In discussing Verkhoshansky, we must first talk about his history in athletic training. Verkhoshansky started his athletic training in the 1950s as a track and field coach at the Moscow Institute of Aeronautic Engineers. Here, he faced the challenge of turning 12 regular, everyday students into top-tier athletes. In this attempt, he was successful. At the end of a 6-month period of training, he transformed these everyday students into top-tier athletes. Verkhoshansky transformed these athletes by adding many unorthodox and different training methods to track and field that had never been done before. One of the unorthodox training methods he introduced for track and field athletes was the barbell back squat. He was the first Soviet coach in track and field to introduce this type of training into his athletes' programming. The reason many track and field coaches did not like barbell squats was the common misconception that came with it. They believed that it would make the athletes too big and slow them down for events like the 100 meter or make them too heavy to jump in high jump, triple jump, and long jump. Verkhoshansky, although did not focus on the weight, he focused on how fast and explosively it moved. This increased explosive power and recruited type 2 fast-twitch muscle fibers. This was one of his early methods that got him on the map as a notable, famous athletic trainer in the Soviet institution. In addition to the barbell back squat, Yuri Verkhoshansky created another workout called the depth jump. The depth jump is a simple exercise that requires you to jump off a 12 to 24 inch surface, usually a box, landing on the balls of your feet, then explosively leaping high into the air and landing back into a squat position. It is proven that this is a superior training method to increase vertical jump, much more than a static jump, just because the landing absorbs kinetic energy and momentum to spring upwards, and it gets muscles used to contracting faster and more forcefully, therefore recruiting more type 2 fast twitch muscle fibers, which aid in sprinting, jumping, leaping, and bounding for track and field movements. Through the study of how the depth jump worked, Verkhoshansky developed one of the most rewarding and well-known training systems to ever exist. He called it the shock method. The shock method, created by Verkhoshansky, is now more known as what is come to be called plyometrics. It's a training method many elite-level athletes around the world, including likes of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Odell Beckham Jr., use in their everyday training to increase speed, quickness, and leaping ability. What also makes this one of the greatest methods of training is that it is relatively easy to do. You don't have to be an elite level athlete or have any athletic background. You can be a normal, everyday person and do these exercises and increase your speed and vertical jump. Now that we know what it is, let's dive into some of the benefits of the shock method. The shock method, or plyometric training, as known today, focuses on the rapid stretching and contracting of your muscles. This builds up kinetic energy through the muscles and recruits the type 2 fast twitch muscle fibers in order to increase explosiveness. This will be performed in sets of 4 to 8 reps, anywhere from about 3 to 5 sets. This makes sure you don't tire out and every rep is performed to absolute maximal output of energy. Dr. Karim Salisbury said, numerous studies have shown plyometric training increases vertical jump performance in children and young adults. Jackie Anderson from GenReviews.com quoted as to say, athletes from a wide range of sports use plyometrics to help them reach peak physical condition. This comes to show this method has came to a huge forefront in athletic training, but perhaps none of this would have happened if it wasn't for Verkhoshansky's passion and love for his field of work. Although Verkhoshansky is no longer with us, his work will live on forever, and we will have an impact on millions of athletes worldwide through his development of depth jump and ultimate creation of plyometrics. In Verkhoshansky's life, he revolutionized the way athletes approach training with many unique training techniques, starting with introducing the barbell back squat. Eventually, he created his own unique workout called the depth jump that propelled athletes' training to the next level, that led for groundbreaking discoveries in modern-day plyometrics. Throughout Verkhoshansky's life, his devotion and passion for athletic training led him to many groundbreaking discoveries in this field. So, the next time you do the depth jump, dot drill, or any other form of plyometric workout, remember the man who pioneered this method of training.